Ask you to put them forward, please. Thank you very much indeed. Mrs. Romana Jordan now has the floor for 2 minutes.
Thank you, President, Commissioner. Today we're talking about the development of the energy economy until 2020. This is a very long period of time. We need to set ourselves energy objectives. We're talking about several years. We need networks, grids, we need plants. All of that requires time. And in fact, we need decades for some of these projects. What we need, of course, is stable, clear political guidelines and directives. If we want to meet our targets, if we want to make sure that we have a sustainable energy economy in Europe, then we need to create a political framework for this. We need a strategic document that will take us, in fact, all the way to 2050. Nuclear energy is often mentioned as a third possible pillar for our energy supply in this region. Allow me to mention a couple of points with regard to that, tasks that we'll have to deal with on a European scale. The first one would be legislative measures. We need to make sure that radioactive waste is dealt with properly. You have the polluter payer principle. We need to make sure that reactors can be closed down safely too. That's one point. Secondly, we need transparent and efficient procedures. We need to make sure that when it comes to new plants, new plants must be built in accordance with the strictest security standards. That could be done provided we have minimum standards for the licensing of these new nuclear power plants. A further point I'd like to make. We need to think about licenses for new types of nuclear power plants. We should seek to introduce that. That's important also to help out those states who would like to introduce nuclear energy, and we could also help out those states who perhaps don't have a lot of administration in this area. My final point is that we need more democracy in our decision-making process. Nuclear energy is just one of our pillars. We need to make sure that all are taken on board. We have renewables, we have other sources. It's important for the European Parliament to have co-decision powers in this area. We should not make any mistakes. What we need is an interinstitutional agreement.
Thank you, Mrs. Jordan. Adam Gierek now has the floor for 1 minute.
Colleagues, energy makes up around 40% of the costs of production. Labour only about 15%. But